Let's start with Mangalacharan. Okay. You want Mangalacharan to be displayed? Okay, just listen there. Okay. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So today is Vijayadashami Vishesh special class today here. We'll be discussing various aspects of Ram Katha. Of course, all of us we know the story of Lord Ram. Generally, it is mentioned in a very small way. Ki, okay, there was a king and his queen was kidnapped, and then he by a Rakshasa, demon, and he goes there, he defeats the demon and brings back. That's all simple story, right? You know. But even though this is a simple story, there are so many beautiful aspects and the dimensions of this story, which when we go closer and we just discuss in detail, we come to know. Valmiki ji, he has explained this story in such a beautiful way, such a detailed way, and so that it becomes an epic for whole mankind. We can learn a lot of things from these stories. This not just this may not be called as a story simply, but it's an incident or maybe a part of a history, our Indian history. So this story, the description of this Ramayana starts with Valmiki ji doing tapasya, and no, he was doing some regular achmana or sandhya vandana in the river, and while coming back he saw two birds mating on the tree, in the tree, and suddenly one hunter a hunter shoots an arrow, and these birds die. And Valmiki ji becomes so pained and aggrieved seeing the this killing of these birds. He immediately curses that hunter, ki how cruel and crooked this hunter is, and he curses him in a such a way, in a poetic manner. He himself gets surprised that the words which came out of his mouth were so poetic and so well placed and metered. And he says, this is a new meter has come up. This is a new meter means everybody understands meter, right? There's a shlokas of different meter they are mentioned, and different the length they are mentioned. Bhagavad Gita, their shloka is there. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsavah mamaka pandava shaiva kima kurvata sanjaya. All maximum of the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita are in this format. Like we can sing into this particular thing. To sing into this particular thing, a particular tune, these words are also placed into particular figures. Like first line how many words has to be there, second line how many words has to be there, and what is the relation between them. So like that, this is called as a meter. Poetry there has a meter, and there are different meters. The Bhagavad Gita, at least we can find two different meters when Bhagavad shlokas are there. Another shloka is there in Bhagavad Gita in a different meter. Anybody remembers another shloka on Bhagavad Gita which is having different meter? Dehinosmin yatha. No, that's not that. Karpanya doshopahata svabhava Vrichami tvam dharma sammuda cheta Yat shreyam syanishchitam bruhitan me Shishyasteham shadiman tvam sab prapannam. This is one meter. This is different meter. If you see the Ramayana of what is that? Ramacharitmanasa. So it is in Anushtupa Chanda kind of thing. So that is a different meter. So suddenly this Valmiki Muni, he saw that and he cursed, and he found out, of course he was a Kavi, and he found out this a different new meter has come up, and it is perfectly beautifully arranged, and it is perfect in all aspects. And he understood this is a new meter has been generated now. And suddenly in this particular moment, why this has to happen? He is a Muni. Valmiki ji is a Muni, and he is a Virakta. He doesn't have any attachments to anything. So why he should get angry? No, Muni means he has to have all this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Man, Masara, everything in a control. His emotions are controlled. Why his emotions are outburst and he suddenly cursed? Hunter has the occupation of hunting. He is doing his job and he hunted this. But why he became angry on that suddenly? Every day the hunter will be hunting, and now suddenly on this day, why Valmiki ji became angry? Then he understood there will be divine arrangement for this, that Lord gave me this beauty, this intelligence. Then he sat into meditation. Then Brahmaji appears and he mentions, Ki Valmiki, you have got this benefit, that this boon to narrate the pastimes of Lord Ram. Because when Valmiki ji was present, Lord Ram was ruling exactly on that day, that time. So he mentioned, Ki, okay, you have to narrate the story of Lord Ram, narrate the history of Lord Ram. Then Valmiki ji comes out of the meditation, he accepts the order of Brahmaji, and he writes this Ramayana. He writes this Ramayana, and he, after completing this Ramayana, the history, the epic of Ramayana, then he thinks that this Ramayana has to be sung everywhere so that Lord Ram's glories will be known each and every person. Hmm? So how to do that? Everywhere has to be sung. So who will sing this story? Who will sing this big long poem? Then he started wondering who will do that. He finds one twin brothers, one pair in his ashram. He says nobody else can be a better person than these two kids who can sing this Ramayana. And he will call their name is Love and Kush. Hmm. So Love and Kush will accept this. They will take this teachings of Ramayana from Valmiki ji, such a way that how a fish stays in water. Fish stays in water. We don't need to teach them. They are they are combined, they joint nicely with the water. They can swim across to and front and up and down and all these things. Like this, these boys, these kids, they were able to narrate this Ramayana in all the aspects. In every they in such a way that you can say that they have absorbed whole story of Ramayana. And they were narrating it in such a beautiful way that people, when they were hearing, they will be mesmerized. And these two kids started roaming across the kingdom, across the Bharat Varsha, and started telling this story of Lord Ram. And everywhere, people were mesmerized. One day, Bharat Maharaj, the brother of King Lord Ram, he heard these boys narrating Ram's story. And he understood that these boys, they are telling this story such a melodious way and such a beautiful way, they can be none other than the sons of Lord Ram from Mother Sita, who was exiled. And he plans and arranges these kids to come to Ayodhya and narrate this pastime to Lord Ram himself. And it happens like that. These two kids will be bought. And Bharat Maharaj will tell, Bharata will tell Lord Ram, these two boys are there, they're telling this story so nicely, you should hear it. Your stories are there, very nice. And what? Lord Ram is he likes to hear his own stories. And who will not like to hear his own stories? And we like, now somebody is telling a Hari Katha and Mahabharata, Ramayana, we feel asleep. नींद आ जाती है ना, क्या बोरिंग चीजें बता रहे हैं प्रभु जी, है ना. But suddenly we will start talking about you, neighbors, and sleep will go away. We will be wide awake. मेरे बारे में क्या बोल रहे हैं? What they are talking about me, है ना. We like to hear our own stories, right? Krishna also likes to hear his own stories. Shrunotam sakatam Krishna punya shravana kirtanat. Krishna likes to hear his own stories. Srimad Bhagavatam says this. So whenever somebody speaks about Krishna stories, Krishna is getting pleased. Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana stories. So whenever somebody sings Ramayana, Lord Ram also likes it. He hears the stories. So he calls. Then there will big arrangements happens, and Lord Ram is hearing this story. There will be pandal constructed. There's a big asana is there, and on the big asana, Suvarna Simhasana, Lord Ram is sitting on the high floor, and all Janta is sitting on the floor. Janta is the public, na? Unke liye aise asan dale jayenge. And Lord Ram is hearing, and these boys are telling this Ramayana, narrating this Ramayana. And these boys are narrating Ramayana, full hall, getting mesmerized. And what happens? Whenever the Hari Katha happens, people gets drowned into narration. And Lord Ram saw people are hearing also. And whenever some beautiful, some important aspects of the story comes, these people shares with each other. Arey, pata chala, aisa hi hai. So people are hearing the story and they're talking about it also. Arey, point hai, ye acha point hai, pata hai kya? And they're just clapping and they're sharing their joy with each other. Right? Sometimes some speaker tells a nice story, nice point, and you're laughing and giggling, and you just give a clap to your neighbor. Yeah, bol, kya point hai? Right? So like that, this all story and all environment was there. And Lord Ram was watching. Now these all people are absorbed, getting absorbed in the story and narration of the Lord of Ramayana, and they are sharing with each other also. And I am there, sitting on the throne, alone. I'm not able to relish it. Real relishment will happen when there is somebody to share. है ना? Happiness cannot be experienced alone. People think that कि अरे मतलब अकेले में खुश रहेंगे ना. It cannot happen. Somebody is there, then only the happiness can be released. If somebody gives a whole world of comforts to you, people think that if I find all the comforts, I can be happy. I run behind the cars, I run behind the bungalows, I run behind the villas, I run behind the money, I run behind all different kinds of comforts that whole advertising industry is selling to us. We think that by getting all these things I will be happy. है ना? But if all these comforts are given to us in an island where nobody is there, है ना? We will enjoy for some time. है ना? Everything is there. AC, car, microwave, this, that, washing machine, मतलब सब कुछ है. And there, but condition is that you are alone in particular room or particular island. Not a single bird, not a single living entity is there to be seen. How long will be surviving in that island? Even what to talk about a human person, human. Even an ant comes to you in that island, you will find some friendship with that, some expression, some kind of sharing with that. You will make that small ant also as your pet. Have you seen some people in their life when their those kids are gone married and they gone to the USA, UK, somewhere other countries, and they are alone in this country, nobody to share, nobody to talk, old age, they will find a pet. Why they get a pet? Because they want somebody to share their joy, they share their happiness, they share their emotions. At least they will be keep on talking to the dogs. And dogs will not talk anything to you. But they will be keep on talking. So better we have a people to talk and people to listen from than the animals. Better to have that. So in this way, the happiness, when it is shared, it increases. That's why Lord also increases. The Lord is Atmaram. Paramatma, Krishna is Atmaram. Atmaram means the one who enjoys himself. He's not dependent on anybody else for his own happiness. That is the meaning of Atmarama. Atmarama, it is a song, right? What is that song? Anybody heard it? The Sanskrit song? Ananda Ramana. That's what. Krishna, Lord Rama is Atma Rama. He is Rama means he's enjoying in himself. Rama means the person pleasure, Ananda. And Atma means his own, in his own. He's getting pleasure in his own. He doesn't need. But still, he will, to increase his pleasure, increase his Ananda, he creates us. He creates us, the jivas. He expands himself into the multiple fragments and this pleasure increases. Purpose of the jiva is to increase the pleasure of the Lord. This is the thing. And Lord Ram was sitting on the throne and he's seeing all the janata, all the public is laughing and giggling and giving claps to each other. I am simply sitting here. Then alone, there is no happiness increasing here. Then Lord Ram secretly gets up from his throne, slips down, because if he suddenly gets up, people will, they will also get up. And he goes down and people will move the throne, throne leke aayenge, asan leke aayenge, all these things. I said, no, I don't want all of these things. Secretly he went there and he sat among the public and started enjoying his own katha. So this is the Ramayana, how started getting narrated. And this Lord Ram's katha, there are so many nice lessons we are going to learn from the Ramayana. Of course, we may not be able to cover whole Ramayana story, but at least few aspects of Ramayana we will discuss here. Ramayana starts with the Dasharatha. Dasharatha was not having any kid. Dasharatha was a very, very powerful king of Ayodhya, coming in the Ishvaku dynasty which is right away coming from Lord son, Surya Vamsha, right? Surya Vamsha, Ishvaku Vamsha. Ishvaku is the son of the child of sun god Vivaswan. Hmm? So this dynasty is coming very powerful one, but this king Dasharatha had not had any heir, any generations coming out. How many queens Dasharatha had? Anybody has idea? Four only. Huh? Are you sure? How many of you say four queens? Three queens? Four queens? Okay. For your information, Dasharatha had million queens. Million queens. But the important one were the four. Three only. Four children, but three queens. Yeah. What are the names? Kaushalya, the eldest one, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi. So in this way, Kaushalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra. Sumitra was the youngest one. So they were the prime queens. Other queens, of course, they were. See what happened? Why Dasharatha had a million queens? Because that time Dasharatha, there was when Dasharatha was ruling, there was a time of Parashurama, and he was also that time Dasharatha also was ruling, and Parashurama has taken vow, कि I will kill all the Kshatriyas. And he roamed around with his Parashu and started killing all the Kshatriyas. But whenever he used to come to Ayodhya, where Dasharatha was ruling, and he used to immediately sit for the marriage. Dasharatha, the Parashurama had one condition: I will kill all the kings, but if somebody is getting married, I will spare him. कि ठीक है भाई, Kshatriya छोड़ देंगे. So he will not go. So whenever Parashurama used to come, he will sit in the marriage, and that's how he could escape. Yeah, of course, senior Vaishnava, right? What talk about Vaishnava? Lord personally comes and to kill this one, and you cannot fight back. And Dasharatha is a devotee. How will fight against the Lord himself? So he will just made a trick to escape from the situation. And every time, 21 times when he did all these things, of course, he came many times. Every time he will sit for the marriage, and he will evade. But even though he had so many queens, he had not had any son. And he was perplexed what to do. Then somebody told, king, you have to do a Putra Kameshti Yajna. And that the Yajna also has to be done by a particular Brahmana. And that Brahmana, this Brahmana is very, very powerful. They told the story of this Brahmana. Of course, Dasharatha had not any son, but he had a daughter named Shanta. Shanta was the eldest daughter, but no son actually. So what happened is they told that there is one particular Brahmana and you have to bring, and this Brahmana is a Brahmachari. Brahmachari means such a Brahmachari has not seen any woman in his whole life. Not even a mother. As soon as he took birth, he was taken away by his father and he was raised in the jungle. And he has to do this yajna. And this whole story comes, and he will be bought. He will be enticed by some apsaras and all these things, and he will be bought. And as soon as he enters the kingdom will start getting rains. And he understands this and then he does a Putra Kameshti Yajna, and they will get a payasam. And after this payasam, he distributes this payasam among his queens. And after this, he will get the personally Lord comes in his home, appearing as his son. Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, and Shatrugna. This is the sequence. And this Lord, this children were kind of the very eyesore for the Dasharatha. He was much fond of his eldest son, son Rama. And Rama was not just simply just a favorite of Dasharatha, but he was a favorite of each and every person in whole of Ayodhya. Everybody was loving him, loving more than their hearts, more than their selves. Because personally Lord himself, Bhagwan has come, and who will not love? When Krishna came in the Vrindavan, People started loving and talking about Krishna more than their own sons. Generally, in our homes, our son is most favorite. Neighbor's son is not favorite, no? But here the story was completely opposite. The Nanda Maharaj's son was favorite than their own sons in all Vrindavan. Same way in Ayodhya also, when Lord Ram came, so the son of Dashratha was favorite of whole Ayodhya Vasis. And the Lord Ram started growing in Ayodhya with so much love and care by Dashratha. One day, one saint comes to Dashratha's assembly. His name is Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra comes and Dasharatha immediately gets up from his throne and makes Vishwamitra sit on his throne and tells the Vishwamitra Muni, your guru, please ask me anything. You are the saint. Whatever you say, I will provide you. And I promise. Dasharatha did the promise without knowing that what purpose Vishwamitra has come. And now he is going to get into a trap. And that is the Vansha which never breaks their promises. Vishwaku Vansha. But they have given a promise now without knowing what. This is the biggest gamble. Giving the promise without knowing what is going to come is the gamble. Gamble is a duta, right? Because of the gambling only the Kaurava, the Pandavas, they were lost, right? What was the gamble that Yudhishthira Maharaj played? It was not a gamble of a dice because of they lost. The gamble was what Yudhishthira Maharaj played was he also gave the promise without knowing what is going to be the consequences. Giving the promises without knowing the consequences, these are the real gamble. Yudhishthira Maharaj gave a promise, like when Narada Muni came to Yudhishthira Maharaj and told ki, bhai Yudhishthira, this great battle is coming forward. It will cause a destruction of whole Kaurava dynasty. Kaurava means Pandava, Kaurava both together. So be careful. Immediately on the spot, Yudhishthira Maharaj took a vow. I will never disobey my seniors. Whoever the seniors are there, elders are there, I will never disobey. And this was the gamble that Yudhishthira Maharaj played. It was not a gamble of that dice he played and he lost because of that. He lost because he gave the promise which without knowing what are the consequences. Because that Yudhishthira Maharaj was called for the gamble by whom? Dhritarashtra. He was not invited by Duryodhana. If Duryodhana would have sent the invitation for the gamble, he would have definitely rejected. Arey, kya khelna hai? But it was ordered by Dhritarashtra. He could not reject because he has taken a vow that he will never disobey the elders. And that was the gamble. Gamble was played long back and everything was the consequences. So in this way, giving the promise without knowing, without understanding, without knowing what is that consequences is a gamble. So we should never play that. And of course, one more important lesson is whatever promises is given, we should obey. Important lesson is there. Because that is a very, very virtuous thing. Of course, today we don't have that habit. We lie a lot right on the morning. We lie to everybody. We lie to our wives, we lie to our children, we lie to our bosses. Whatever we lie to ourselves also. Tomorrow I will wake up at 6 o'clock. Promise to myself. And you wake up at 7 o'clock. I will give every day I will go to gym. Promise I will go to gym. We'll break that promise for ourselves. We'll break the promise. I will chant tomorrow onwards 16 rounds. Maybe whatever 1 or 2 rounds. I will promise myself, but we forget that. The promises given to us are not kept. From what to talk about promises given to others. So we should be very, very careful while giving the promises, and whenever promises are given, we should fulfill those. Because Satya is very, very strong power. Dharma. Satya is a dharma. Whenever the dharma is there, it gives a strength. Satya, the power, dharma has to be always followed. So here the gamble was played. Dasharatha already promised, Vishwamitra Muni, whatever you ask, I will give. And Vishwamitra says, yes, promise. God promise. That's all. So Vishwamitra said, Ki Dasharatha, we are doing one particular yajna, and that yajna is being disturbed by all the demons and rakshasas. And to protect our yajna and yajnashala, I want your son Ram. That's all. As soon as he hears the word Ram from Vishwamitra's mouth, his heart gets sink and he almost get a heart attack. He started fainting and everything started reeling. And Ram, getting separated from Ram, he could not accept that, even thought of that, I can be staying away from the Ram, even for a moment. And then starts giving big bang. Yeah. He starts giving different reasons why I cannot give away Lord Ram. Sorry, this Lord Ram is very small, young boy. Just how many years old? 12 years old. 12 years old boy. And he's not even a teenager even. Teenager means after 13, right? He's not even teenager. He's just grown up. And what he will do? He's learning some टुचुक पुचुक वो जो होता है ना, क्या धनुष्यबाण खेल रहे वो, he father sings that my son is very neophyte, but he was very expert. That time when the Lord Ram was learning Dhanurvidya and all these things, they were so expert. Their games were, you know what? Lord Ram and Lakshman and all these kids, they will be playing games. Like, that Krishna used to break the pots, right? Or the gopis. Like these boys also used to break the pots. And the gopis will never know that pot is empty. And by the time they go home, they will be completely drenched. And some gopis, some dasi or maybe somebody will be going around, and they will bet each other. Okay, I will shoot an arrow such a way that it will pass through her nose ring. They will have a nose rings actually, right? So this will pass through a nose ring, and such a way that they will play the games. Now, shooting arrow will pass away without hurting them. And these were the games actually they were having. So they were very expert in Dhanurvidya and all these things. And he was Shata was telling, no, they are very young kids, they don't know anything, that education is not complete and all these things. Vishwamitra said, I'm a teacher, I can teach them everything, you don't worry about it. So you send them. No, my son is very young, he's a Rajiva Lochana. Rajiv Lochana, Rajiv means the lotus, Lochana means eyes, and he's a Rajiva Lochana, he can't stay. Why Rajiv Lochana? This lotus means what? It as soon as sun sets, lotus will close. So his eyes are like a lotus. As soon as sun sets, his eyes also will close. And he will not stay awake for a long time in the evening. As soon as sun sets, he will sleep off and wake up in the morning and all these things. And your demons which are coming, they are Nishacharas. Nishacharas means these people who are roaming in the night. Who roams in the night? Here? Do you have habit of roaming in the night? Night shift job and all these things. So these are jobs are demoniacs. है ना? प्रभु जी का बेटे का job है night shift का. है ना? This is our demoniac lifestyle. When Ayurvedic doctor was there, he was telling, somebody is giving you night shift job, even if he's paying you millions, don't accept it, because that money is waste. Because it will spoil your health such a way that whatever money you have earned, you are spending more than that to keep your health in your old age and all these things. So never. So Nishacharas, the people who roams in the night. So Nishacharas are roaming in the night, and how this Lord Ram will come and fight with them. So this is not the way, he will not be able to do that. And he was giving reasons and this and that. Vishwamitra was not budging at all. And then he says, Vishwamitra says, what do you think? The personality who has taken birth in your home, do you think him as an ordinary child? He is a Sakshat Narayan, he is Sakshat Vishnu has come into your home, has taken birth. Don't treat him like a small kid. He's a Sakshat Bhagwan has come. If you don't have confidence in me, ask your priest, ask your guru. Who is that? Vashishta. And he is telling, Vishwamitra has the confidence that Vashishta will agree, whatever he says. And yes, it was. Even Vashishta and Vishwamitra had a big tussle with them. Right? Remember the story? The Vashishta was a Rajarshi. No, not Vishwamitra was a Kshatriya that time, but Vashishta was a very saintly person. But Vishwamitra understood that how much strong powers this Vashishta has. So he wants to get same kind of power. So he gave up his Kshatriya attitude, and with the long tapasya, he became Rajarshi, hmm? Brahmarshi. Hmm. So in this way, there was a big tussle between them, and the story goes. So even though they had a misunderstanding among them, there will be misunderstanding among devotee association, even devotee family also. There will be some misunderstandings. है ना? People may say, अरे सब devotee तो है, everybody is all a devotee only. Why they are fighting amongst each other? है ना? Everybody is devotee, but still they are fighting each other. Why they should be fighting? Because this is the kingdom of the Lord, which is having a variety. The kingdom of the Lord likes variety. Lord doesn't makes everybody in the robots. Same factory में से निकले हुए same buttons. No, we are not like that. So we are also having an independence, and we are also having different nature and different ideas. And even though we have a different ideas, purpose is same: service to the Lord. That is the thing. So in this way, even devotees have a difference of opinions. The idea is to serve the Lord. How to serve the Lord? Ideas may be different. Ideas may vary. Now we have our President Prabhu used to always say, कि husband and wife, both of them are nice devotees, but still they fight. Why they are fighting? And we will say, devotees may say, husband and wife both are devotee, initiated devotee is nice, but still they are fighting. They fight. But purpose is how to serve the Lord. अरे कल भगवान को ड्रेस कौन सा पहनाना है, पिंक ड्रेस और ब्लू ड्रेस. Husband will say this dress and my wife will say this dress. Yeah, fight will be on that reasons. They will not have fight for their own personal selfish reasons, but yes, for the service of the Lord. So there will be some differences of opinions in among the devotees also, but purpose will be satisfaction of the Lord. But here Vishwamitra and Vashishta, they were then a kind of a rivals amongst with each other, but still they had a single opinion that Ram is the supreme personality of Godhead. He is a Swayam Bhagwan. Vashishta agrees. Arey Dasharatha, yes, I also agree that this boy Ram is not an ordinary boy, but he is a Bhagwan personally has come. Please don't fear. Send him with Vishwamitra, and he will be victorious. And secretly goes to Dasharatha and whispers in his ear, if you don't send him, Vishwamitra may curse and whole kingdom will get burnt. That's why better you send him. And then Dasharatha agrees to send the kid, Rama, with him. Maybe Dasharatha would have said, okay, I will go. Dasharatha said, instead of Rama, you please select me, I will come with you. But Vishwamitra was asking only Rama. We may ask, why Rama? We may ask so many questions. Arey Prabhuji, मेरे को ये सेवा दिया गया है, वो सेवा दिया गया है. Why me only? We don't understand these sevas that we are getting. They are coming with different boons. So we don't understand the reason right away. We may think, Arey Prabhuji, I am an IITian. Why are you asking me to broom the hall? I am an IITian. I am the particular CEO of that company, and you are asking me to broom the hall. Am I made for this purpose? अरे अपने घर में झाड़ू नहीं लगा है, मंदिर में क्या लगा होगा झाड़ू? So that we ask this, but we don't understand what kind of blessings are hidden in those sevas. These sevas will be small. Gaurang Prabhu tells one story. There was Gaurang Prabhu came and joined the ashram, and the service that he got was in the kitchen. He is IITian, and in the Chowpatty temple he started cooking seva. He got this cooking, so he was ordered, okay, do the cooking seva. He was a kitchen in charge kind of thing. He was doing every day cooking for all the devotees. And there was one more hefty guy, strong person, and he was also given for assisting Gaurang Prabhu. Gaurang Prabhu said, okay, roll chapatis. So both of them were rolling chapatis, and he was not satisfied, the other FT guy. And he was telling Gaurang Prabhu, ये क्या हम लोग चपाती रोल कर रहे हैं? Why are we chapati loading chapatis? You know who am I? In my village, I am the renowned speaker. Whenever I start speaking, everybody is mesmerized, everybody start listening. I can preach a lot. You ask me for preaching, you give me the give me the service of the giving classes and all these things. I'm made for that. Are asking me to roll chapati? Arey, what you are telling? You are also rolling chapati, I am also rolling chapati. And our services are there. We are doing service. No, Prabhuji, give me some higher services. प्रचार करना है, पूरी दुनिया में भगवत भावना बढ़ानी है. Give me that service. And one day, 2 day, 3 day, he complained. One day, finally, he packed his bag and went home. And after some time, Gaurang Prabhu became a nice big preacher. And he had getting that Asta channel pe na wo. He used to give classes into Atma series. He became very, very famous. One day he came to one village and he was started giving class. And suddenly one man came out. अरे ये तो अपना वही बंदा है चपाती वाला. And they said, Prabhuji, क्या हो गया? अरे, what are you doing here? And he says, Prabhuji, you know, after I quit the temple and I went home, I got married. And as soon as I got married, my wife developed a backache. And she could not cook. Now every day I am rolling chapati. So whatever seva you taught me is very, very helpful now. I am rolling chapati every day. But now sometimes I feel better instead of rolling chapati here, I would have rolled chapati in temple. At least there were some devotees association I would have got, or maybe some other different services I would have got. So we don't know what kind of blessings we get in the disguise with all the sevas which we are thinking, अरे वो बहुत ही छोटा सेवा मेरे को मिला है ना? तो दशरथ was thinking, अरे ये राक्षस को मारने का सेवा Lord Ram is getting, but what kind of boons the Lord Ram is receiving? What kind of course, Lord Ram he himself is the giver of the boons, but what kind of benefits are there in disguise with this small seva? So in this way, whenever we should be ready to do any sevas that we have got. Of course, when I myself also, I look back in my earlier days of Krishna consciousness, whatever sevas I got, now I think, yes, whatever I am today is because of all those sevas that I have done in my initial days. May it be the cleaning the temple, may it be the cooking seva, may it be the serving the senior Vaishnavas and all something. So all the Sikh care and all these sevas were there. So all these sevas were so important for us. That's why whatever culture, whatever training is there, I got. In this way, no seva is small. And whatever sevas we are getting, they are bringing us nice lessons. So Dasharatha sent Lord Rama, and Lakshmana could not stay back. Lakshmana also came along with Lord Ram, and they started passing. Lakshmana and Rama, they stayed back, stayed with Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra gave lots of different weapons to them. Vishwamitra was such a powerful Brahmarshi. He himself could have killed these demons. He was a Kshatriya before, right? The question is, why Vishwamitra didn't kill those demons? Tataka and Maricha, and who was the third one? Subahu. These demons were there. Vishwamitra would have easily killed these demons. He was very powerful Kshatriya before. The answer is, the Vishwamitra was a Kshatriya. In the Kshatriya character, he would have killed them, definitely. But he had accepted the occupation of Brahmana. Brahmana cannot kill, even though he has a capacity. And a Kshatriya has the capacity to kill, and if Kshatriya doesn't kill, which is a dharma. If Kshatriya has the capacity to kill, and he doesn't kill when it is need for the killing, that is a dharma. And Brahmana, even though he has a capacity to kill, and if he kills, that is a dharma. So Brahmana is always dependent on the Kshatriyas for the protection, and Kshatriyas are dependent on the Brahmanas for the rituals and all the guidance of administration. So in this way, Kshatriyas are allowed to kill, Brahmanas don't kill. So that's why Vishwamitra, even now he has become a Brahmarshi, he was not able to. But of course, he gave all the weapons to Lord Ram. Actually, those weapons that given to Kshatriya, Vishwamitra mentions, these are the weapons given by you, O my Lord. And now the same weapons I am giving you back. Like the way we give the same Ganga Jal as an arghya to Lord Mother Ganga. So गंगा का पानी गंगा को अर्पित करते हैं, उसी तरह से I am giving all these weapons which are obtained by you, from you, and giving back to yourself. So in this way, Lord Ram accepts all the weapons. He killed Subhahu and Tataka. Maricha was chastised and sent back, and all these things. And there was one more assignment. Not just killing demons was an assignment. There was one more assignment of attending Swayamvar of Mother Sita. So Mother Sita was she was a blessed girl. She was blessings to King Janaka, King Janaka, and he was worried. He was worried, who will marry my daughter? There was this incident happened. This small letter. How old are you? Huh? She was just 6 years old girl that time, and that time the incident happened that she was playing among with her friends, and they wanted to bring some flowers to worship the Lord, and the flowers very very high. All the girls started complaining, "Oh Sita, these flowers are very high. How will we pluck it?" and all this. They said, "Don't worry, I have a stick. We'll pull this branch down and we'll pluck all these flowers." She goes inside, brings a long stick and brings this down. And all the girls start plucking the flowers and people were watching. And who were watching, they started fainting. Dham, 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 dham. Why they were fainting? Because the stick that she bought was a dhanusha. And that dhanusha was such a great dhanusha. That was a dhanusha of Lord Vishnu. Lord Shiva. Oh, Lord Shiva, wow. Okay, there are two dhanushas. One was with Parshuram and one was with Janaka. The identical dhanushas were made by Vishwakarma and given to Shiva and Vishnu. So this the dhanusha of Shiva was given as blessings to Janaka Maharaja. Janaka Maharaja preserved it. And this dhanusha was so powerful and so heavy that 15-20 healthy bodied people, they only needed to lift it. And this dhanusha and this small girl, 6 years old, just simply lifted, and people were thinking, how this is happening? This is such a heavy dhanusha. This girl is easily catching and lifting it up. And our Janaka Maharaj became worried. Who will marry my daughter if they know everybody knows? Because one condition for the marriage, parents talk about there should be a suitable match for the girl, right? If a girl is powerful and boy is weak, sukda ukda, how will you match? चटनी बन जाएगा उसका तो थोड़ा सा फाइट हो गया काम खत्म है ना. So in this way the boy has to be a little competent for the girl, right? And then only it will proper match. So that's why he was thinking, if girl has to be, my daughter has to be married, the boy, he should be able to lift this Shiva Dhanusha. And he will announce a Swayamvara. And this Swayamvara, he announces, whoever lifts this, the Shiva Dhanusha and puts a pratyanja on that, I will marry my daughter to him. And then this Shiva, all this story happens, and nobody was able to lift this Dhanusha. And Vishwamitra was there present in this Swayamvara with his disciple, Lord Ram. And at the end, Vishwamitra say, "Arey Ram, just go have a look at this Dhanusha," because he was a small prince. And he came as a visitor, I guess, not as a participant there. Even though in the first sight itself, Lord Ram was mesmerized, with sight of Mother Sita, and that thing was there. But he said, just okay, go have a look at this Dhanusha. And Lord Ram, with the blessings of his guru Vishwamitra, he goes there, lifts the Dhanusha easily, and he understands. Guru has already told, ki, "Arey, go and just look at this Dhanusya. But he understands the order was to tie the pratyanchar on it. So this is the ideal quality of a disciple. Disciple should understand what Guru is telling without Guru tells. It's very important. Without Guru telling, disciple should understand what Guru wants. It's an ideal disciple. There are some disciples, there are different categories of disciples. They say some disciples are there, even Guru tells, they will not understand, or they will not be ready to act on that. Some disciples are there, they have to be shown some stick. Arey karo nahi to phir punishment milega. Then they will do it. But ideal disciples are the one, without the Guru telling, they will execute the order. These are the ideal sevakas. There is a story of Vishnu's sevak. There was a story, Vishnu was attacked by one demon long back. And that demon was coming and attacking Vishnu, and Vishnu was resting as usual. And now to counter that demon, what Vishnu has to do? He has to get up, take up his sharanga and put an arrow, and all these things are there. So he was thinking, okay, let me get up and all these things. And he just, jaise hum log urte hai suke, we just breathes out, right? So as soon as Lord Vishnu breathes out, one goddess comes out of this breathe. And this goddess, she will come and she will kill that demon. One shot. And she says, Arey, who are you? Without telling me you are killing this demon? Who? She says, I am your servant. I am your Ekadasi. Acha, you are Ekadasi of mine. So you are my Ekadasi. And today is the 11th day of the month. What is that? Ekadashi. So this 11th day is on your name. Ekadashi. Ekadasi got this day, Ekadashi. And what boon you want, Ekadashi? So Ekadashi, Mother Ekadashi says, whoever fasts on this day and remembers you, my Lord, he should be liberated. He should be free from all the sins. So that's why tomorrow is Ekadashi. Everybody should fast and remember the Lord. This is the ideal example of how we should be absorbed in Krishna's katha. How should we be absorbed into Krishna's service. This is what is mentioned. So in this way, there is Ekadashi. This is the ideal servant of the Lord. Without telling, she executes all the services. Like that, we should be executing the services. Rama came up and he broke the Shiva Dhanusya while putting the pratyancha on it. There was a big sound and all. And finally, Mother Sita was given to Lord Ram. Of course, after the story goes on, how there was a big festival happened and there's a marriage was happening, and Mother Sita and Lord Ram comes back. So these are the different things. So many things we learn. And then finally one day comes when Lord Ram was sent to exile. Why Lord Rama was sent to the exile? There are different reasons they say. Why Lord Rama was sent to the exile? First reason, yes, okay, Lord Ram was, that's a story of that small boy who was killed by Dasharatha, remember? Shravana Kumar. Says that Shravana Kumar's curse has to come into existence, has to come true. That's why Lord Ram was sent to exile. So that's why, and this curse, of course, people say that yes, Kaikeyi got envious of Lord Ram and all these things. So there are different reasons Acharya has mentioned. So one say ki Kaikeyi was knowing that this curse was there on Dasharatha, and Dasharatha will be killed by, he will die in the separation of his son. And how the separation will come up? Either his son will be killed or something will happen. So she becomes a cause to send the Lord Ram away, and just by saving Lord Ram, she is making the curse true. Like that, some reason was there. Another reason is given for this Lord Rama to be sent in exile was, but because Lord Ram came here on this earth to kill Ravana. And Ravana was very rampant on that time. And but what was happening in Ayodhya? Lord Ram was getting married, and this happy family is going up, and the family will grow, and people will get forgetfulness of our duty. And that happens. Initially when boys are the brahmachari, he's very strong and stout in his sadhana and all these things. As soon as he gets married, Prabhuji, क्या प्रभु जी, मतलब when he's bachelor, he'll be coming every day, every Sunday for exam, for the Sunday feast program. But after some time, बेटे का एग्जाम है प्रभु जी, वाइफ को हेडेक है प्रभु जी. And this is there, Babuji, wife wants to go to mall for purchase and shopping, and I'm going here and there, and all these things are happening. So sansara means expansion. Marriage means expansion. So even though if you will or not will, it will keep on expanding, and it will keep on trapping you in different things. The main duty of our life, which is to be Krishna conscious, to do some service of the Lord, will be left aside. Of course, when both husband and wife are very cooperative and together, yes, both of them can do wonders. But otherwise, adjusting with each other's mood and all these things, the main duty of our life will always be left out. So in this way, all the demigods were thinking, "Arey, Lord Ram is getting married, and this boy, this Ravana, who will kill him then? It's getting delayed and delayed and delayed." So they controlled the mind of Manthara, and all this episode happened. So in this way, there are different reasons. It is mentioned that why Lord Ram was sent to an exile. Another reason was there, one day Mother Lakshmi, she was serving Lord in a Vaikuntha, but she was very sad. Lord Vishnu said, "Hey, why Lakshmi, you are sad? I want your seva, Lord." Huh? You want my seva? Already you are serving me. You have got an exclusive seva that nobody is doing. Everybody is doing different seva, but you are serving my lotus feet. You are pressing. Nobody is doing that. You have got exclusive seva. Still, you want? No, Lord. What is there? Because in the Vaikuntha, I'm pressing your lotus feet. But there are some people are coming and going and all these things. So I cannot spend my exclusive personal time with you. So I want to have a personal time in the loneliness with you. So for that you do some arrangements. Acha, you want a personal time with me? Okay, I will give you 12 years of personal time then. So then 12 years, Lord Ram and Mother Sita, the Lakshmi and Narayana personally, they spent time with each other, exclusive time. Nobody should disturb. So that is one of the reason that Lord Vishnu gave a boon to Mother Lakshmi. So in this way, that's another reason. Sometimes acharyas mention that this is why this pastime happened. Of course, there are so many different lessons we can take after this. Guhaka story also has some lessons. But we'll directly jump to the story of. Okay, the question is another question. Another lesson from the Lord Ram going to the exile. That incident itself has so many lessons there. So how Lord Ram deals with his own exile. So imagine now you are going to get the kingdom of the whole kingdom. You are going to become a king, and next moment you know that kingdom is not yours, but not just simply kingdom is being taken away. You are being into jail, or maybe you are being sent out of the kingdom. So it is such a kind of a drawback, such a kind of a reversal in our life. We get so many reversals in our life. We expect something to happen, and we expect such a kind of great things to happen, but suddenly everything turns reverse. We think that okay, this investment will go good, that investment will go good, and this and that, वगैरह, but everything goes into loss, or maybe like that anything. So how to face those reversals? We have to understand with the example of Lord Ram. Shri Gandharva Mahaprabhu ki jai. So the calamity which has fell upon Lord Ram was not just calamity on Ram, but it was a calamity on whole of Ayodhya. Who was into the dangerous position by sending Lord Ram into in the jungle, in the exile? First was that Dashratha was in a danger. He was not able to bear the separation of Lord Ram. Secondly, who was into danger? Mother Kausalya. And all other mothers also, Mother Kausalya, Mother Sumitra also. Mother Sita was in danger. She was in a problem. Who was in danger again? Bharata. Bharata was in danger? He was not doing at all. He was not there. Of course, he was in danger. Lakshmana was in danger. Will be in a problem. Even whole Ayodhya, whoever loves Lord Ram was in danger. because everybody wanted Lord Ram to become a king, and now he was sent out. Huh? Yeah, sent out in exile. Yeah. So he has, and personally, Lord Ram also himself is into a trouble because it is going. So in this situation, what Lord Ram did, we have our problems with ourselves. We have to bear with that. But Lord Ram just not just bared with his own problem, but he helped each and every person also to come out of this problem. Hmm? Imagine now Lord Ram is sent to the exile. And here who is left out in the kingdom? Bharata. And who nobody wants to become a king. है ना? Everybody wants Lord Ram to become a king, and now Bharata is going to become a king. Now, what kind of cooperation he'll get? King means he has to get his cooperation of this all the ministers, right? So even though Lord Ram loves Bharata, and now Bharata is inheriting the kingdom, which is in a complete chaos. Nobody is cooperating. There are the chances of the coup, and there are chances of non-cooperation, and the fight, infight, and politics, and all everything will happen. Before the Dasharatha was there, everything was into smooth. Everything was smooth, is nicely going on. And now it is trouble. Lord Ram makes point that even though he is going to the exile, everybody, he consoles everyone and asks everybody to cooperate with Bharata so that he will rule properly. So that's why Lord Ram, he had a compassion for Bharata also. He went to he goes to Maharaj Dasharath, but Maharaj Dasharath could not speak at all. He was in a complete shock. He was not able to speak. But he goes to Mother Kaushalya, and he says very important words there. He says, Mother Kaushalya, you are into trouble. I understand. But because now till now you were the Patrani, the queen. You are the eldest of the queen. But now you will not be the queen, because now queen will become the Kaikeyi will become the mother of the king, and she will have all the control, all the powers. And because she has all the power, your value will be like a dasi. Definitely, this is the situation. So now, in this situation, you are in trouble, but you understand, not just you, father is in more trouble than you. In this situation, even though you are in trouble, you should go help the father, because he needs you most. Because now nobody will be there to look after him. So what Lord Ram says, while accepting others' trouble, others' problem, and helping them, our problem automatically will become small. When we are in a trouble, understand, but when we identify others' problems and help them into their troubles and problems, our problems will be automatically solved. At least we'll feel the intensity of our problem will be diminished, will be reduced. Because when we are always thinking about our own problem, the problem will keep on growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But when we start helping others, our problem, which are supposed to go bigger, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, even though we don't do anything on that. So helping others is a big thing. So there is one book by a German Jew doctor who was into German concentration camps. There also he mentions that all those prisoners who were having the big heart to help others, those prisoners in a concentration camp, they survived whole Holocaust, and they could come out safely. But all those people who were looking very strong and stout, but they were always selfish for themselves and trying to save themselves, they could not survive the Holocaust. But others, people who were looking very thin and lean, they survived. So this is how they say that people who have a higher benefit, higher goal in their life, they can really do something higher, and their own personal problems can be overcome. This is one of the important lessons that we learn from Lord Ram's personal life when he was sent into exile. And again, when we are going ahead, when Lord Ram was in exile, and when Mother Sita was kidnapped, and the time when Bibhishana comes back, many people think that why Bibhishana comes back. Vibhishana is there are so many controversial stories, controversial questions that in Lord Ram's life they will ask. The Bibhishana is ideally speaking, tattvically, Literally, we see that Vibhishana status as a betrayer, isn't it? His own brother he betrays and comes out to change the party and comes to the camp of Lord Ram. So he's a betrayer, right? So, but then why is not a betrayer? Why is glorified so much? बोलते भी है ना हिंदी में घर का भेदी लंका ढाए. But is it like you heard about it? So it is like that. So people say they curse. Huh? See, I asked this question many times now. If a soldier is there, and he understands that his king is demon, and he disobeys his king, is he the sin or not? Is it a crime or not? Generally, a soldier, he disobeys his king is a crime. He will be what is that called? Court-martialed. But here, when we say that this soldier who is having a king as a demon, he definitely can do. People can we can disobey for the sake of dharma. So in this way, when Bibhishana quits the party of Ravana and comes to the Lord Ram, it is not a crime, because he understands what is dharma and he accepts the dharma. He accepts the side of the dharma. In this way, he is not in the criminal side. So this is a very learning things from Ramayana. We can understand. One of the important lesson here, we can say that Ramayana explains this. When Bibhishana was coming back, and whole Vanara camp was into turmoil. अरे क्या होगा, क्या करेंगे, राक्षस उड़ के आ रहा है. People were telling, अरे kill him, bring him down, kill him, bring him down, kill him, bring him down. The sound was coming from the whole camp. उसको उतारो नीचे, मारो, उतारो, मारो, उतारो, मारो. All these people are telling. And Lord Ram, everybody came to Lord Ram, क्या करना है बताइए. And Lord Ram instead asked everybody, क्या करना चाहिए. He asked each and every monkey. And everybody was telling, अरे kill him, bring it down, kill him, bring it down. And even Sugriva and other people, they also telling. Finally, they asked Hanuman. They asked Hanuman what to be done. Hanuman said, you should give him shelter. And Lord Ram said, yes, definitely, he is very right. I will give him shelter. Because he has come to my shelter, it is my duty to give him shelter, even though he is a demon. Says, how can you do this? Demons cannot be trusted and this and that. So there Lord Ram says, yes. So even though he is a demon, he has come to my shelter, and this is my promise that I will give him shelter. Now Lord Ram says, yes, Bibhishana, what to talk about Bibhishana? Even in this point of time, even Ravana comes back. Ravana comes back, I will give him shelter. I will make him the king of, I will make him a king. But he says, okay, you have promised, after that somebody says, you have promised Bibhishana to make a king, right? After some time, now Bibhishana comes back and Rama coronates Bibhishana as the king of Lanka. And he says, somebody asks, even Ravana comes back to you and takes shelter, what you will do? Okay, I will make him the king of Ayodhya then. So Lord Rama is so merciful. So this is one of the Mahavakya. There's 3 Mahavakyas they said. So one of the Mahavakya is this. One of the Mahavakya is Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. And second Mahavakya is from Ramayana. In this incident, when Rama says, whoever comes to my shelter, I will give him the shelter. First Mahavakya, Lord says, come to my shelter, I will remove all the sins. Second Mahavakya, Lord says, if you take my shelter, I will never reject you. I will never reject somebody who is taking, even he is a demon, the lowest of the demon, he will not reject. So this is how merciful the Lord is. He will never reject his devotees. Sometimes people in Vaikuntha, they say, in Vaikuntha, Lord has a nice Vaijayanti Mala. And in the Vaijayanti Mala, there are so bumblebees are humming around. Bumblebee, are heard how they sound? Irritating, right? Very irritating. But still, in the Lord garland itself, they are roaming around there. And Lord is not shooing them away. Even though he is not shooing away those bumblebees, he is giving shelter to them. So this is kind of a scene in Vaikuntha. And Lakshmi, that the question is Lakshmi. Lakshmi was coming up from the ocean, and she was searching for the her right husband. And that time Lakshmi was thinking, this is the right person. Why this is the right person? He's not even attracted to you. He's not attached to you. He's not even proposing to you. And girl will always look after the person who will be ready to protect her, right? But he's not detached. He's completely detached. He's Atma Ram. He's not attached to you. How will you accept him as a husband? And she says, he's not removing this bumblebee from his Vajantimala. He's giving shelter to them. And that's make sure that he will never reject me. Even I'm there with him, he will never cast me away. That was the promise of the Lord. So in this way, we understand whoever takes the shelter of the Lord, he will be never given up. So that is the best shelter for us. So there are so many lessons like this. For the time being, we'll stop here. Maybe in the future, we'll discuss so many nice lessons and learning lessons from Ramayana. Hare Krishna. Okay, any questions here? There will be lots of controversial questions from Ramayana actually. Still, if you have some question, you can.
Solving other people's problems.
Will reduce.
On the same line, there's a saying, Madhava Seva, Madhava Seva. What is that? Madhava Seva means Madhava Seva. Why it is being described?
Yeah, people say that Madhav Seva is a Manav Seva is a Madhav Seva. So the understanding behind this statement is to have a compassion to each and every person. So that's why it is mentioned. Otherwise, Manav Seva is Madhav Seva. We can do the Madhav Seva also directly. Doing Madhav Seva also, you can do Manav Seva. So Madhav Seva, Manav Seva is a Madhav Seva. When you serve Krishna, you can serve each and every person in the world. So Madhav Seva, so serving Krishna, we can help others very nicely. See, there are problems in the world, right? Everybody in the India is in a trouble. Everybody's troubles are different. But can you help each and every person? No. If you try to help one person, other person will get problem. No, if you stop water in Karnataka, Tamil people will get angry. If you give water to Tamil people will become angry. Who will you serve? You will serve Tamilians or Kannadigas? There is no solution. There is no solution to problems if you start serving each and every human. But when you serve Madhava, each and every human can be easily satisfied. So why? Because the Krishna is at the root. In a tree, the whole world is like a tree, and every person is like a leaf. If you want to nourish each and every leaf, what you will do? You will put water to every leaf? No, you will put water to the root. When you serve the Madhava, Manav Seva will happen. So that's why Manav Seva is Madhav Seva and Madhav Seva is a Manav Seva. So serve Madhava, all Manavas will be pleased. Okay? There's a compassion to the whole mankind, whole universe. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hari Bol. Okay, so let's conclude here. Today we'll have a group discussion or we'll skip it today. Maybe next week we'll do continue. Let me know how many of you are new here today, first time. First time, great. How you come to know about this program? Okay, who's that? He didn't come here, no? Okay, Balakrishna. Nice. Who is else new here? First time? Okay. Okay. Now we'll do a small meditation exercise. Okay, as we used to do every day. Please distribute the mala. We'll chant one round and conclude. Okay. So what will be our meditation now? We are doing meditation, mantra meditation, right? So what is the meditation on? Meditation is on the sound vibration that we are producing. And while producing this sound vibration, we are not just simply mechanically chanting. We will be, along with the chanting, we have to put our emotions also into that. So whose names we are taking? Krishna's name. And while chanting, we should remember, we should have the understanding that this is the same Krishna whom I'm calling, who's a shelter for whole world, who's a shelter giver even to the Vibhishana, the shelter giver to the all Vanaras, who's a shelter giver and shelter giver to the Mother Lakshmi. So he will definitely give us a shelter. So we should remember his mercy while chanting his name. We may not be remembering the exact pastime, but that feeling of the shelter we should experience and chant with it. Okay? Okay. Devotees will be distributing the malas. How many of you have got mala with you? Okay, great. You are chanting regularly every day? Very good. So at least when this course is going on, you can continue chanting. So this chanting is a very subtle effect it has. You know, in when I was in the college days, I remember there was a research study came to my notice. It was the research study of Masaru Emoto. He was a scientist, Japanese scientist, and this Japanese scientist was heard about him, Masaru Emoto. How many of you heard Masaru Emoto? Okay, he's no more now. He passed away long back, but he done a very substantial research on the effect of sound vibration on the water crystals. So what he used to do, he used to take a water sample from different sources, and used to observe it, crystallize it, and observe it. This scientist, what he did, he he took the water samples from the same source, and he imparted different emotions to these two samples separately. Emotions, simple emotions. One sample, water sample was having good emotions. Other water sample, he was imparted a bad emotions, slangs and this and that, vagera vagera. And he took a crystal and photograph of it. So he saw the crystal of the sound, crystal of the water, which was having a good impression, good emotions, was beautiful, and other one was completely distorted. He took water sample and from the same source and put it in a discotheque, and this other sample he put it into a prayer hall, and he took the crystals out of it. The discotheque was completely distorted, and the one from the temple hall, the prayer hall, was beautiful one. You can see all these results into the his website. It's still there. You can search for the message of water. There's a website called. You can search for that, and you'll see all the results. He doesn't know anything about Krishna consciousness. He doesn't know anything about the power of mantra and all these things. But he observed whatever observations were there here. Whatever observations he did, he recorded there. That's all. What is the percentage of water in our body? 70%. So when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and give a good emotions to it, what will the effect on us? Whole body will change. Whole consciousness will change. People talk about positivity and all these things, positive vibrations and all these things, right? So this is a fact. So our whole consciousness will change and transform when we put some transcendental sounds on it. Mantras are not simply any sounds. Mantras are not simply any emotions. Mantra are the transcendental sound vibrations. They have very, very subtle effect. The mantras are the words arranged into such a way, scientifically, properly, so that it will have a subtle effect on us. So please try for it. Observe the sound. Observe the sound that you are making it. Observe the sound collectively that we all are making it here. Okay? So let us go for it. Before we start, we'll have a small prayer. The small mantra we'll chant. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya